We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah, yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro?
Run stuff.
Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the steel. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it start? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? It is Friday. After a long, exciting week, we are live with another Ordinal Hour. So last weekend, if you weren't hiding under a bed, like I was just hiding there waiting for Bitcoin price to go back up. No, but we dipped down to about 49,000, and out of the course of the week, we got back to 62. We're down a little bit now at 60,000, but what an amazing week we had, honestly. Everything was doom and gloom going into Monday and Tuesday, and now by Friday, it's like, can we go lower? Probably. It's probably going to go lower, but after a bounce up like that, it just shows me that, like, it doesn't matter, right? So we're in a predicament right now that I think that we're gonna have to wait till October or November for us in ordinals, for us in runes, for us in BRC20s, Merlin chain, tap, and everything that comes with Bitcoin ordinal ecosystem. I think that we're just gonna have to be patient, right? Patience is key right now. Being patient with not only maybe you're buying, but you're selling as well. I mean, obviously, if you need the cash, you need to dip into something, and you need to do what you got to do. But I think if you're patient, October, November, just like last year. I said it yesterday so many times on the show, where this time feels a lot like last year. I mean, talking 12 months ago. If you look back, I mean, Tap just launched, right? It was a very dead period. But at the time, I was buying bitmaps. I think I was buying, I bought 10 bitmaps for $60. About 12 months ago, and then a few months later, I was selling each bitmap for $300, right? So I think if we stay patient, we stay due diligent, we just keep doing our due diligence and kind of keep rocking and being here every day, right? That's why roll call is so important. It's really just because we want to see who's here every day, because we know people that come in every day, people who listen to us banter, people who listen to us create conversations will be the people that are the most successful. So keep rocking with us. But without further ado, let's get this thing started. I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
What's up, man? You still rocking with Ordinal? Still rocking with Bitcoin?
Yeah, I'm still here, man. I'm still here. I ain't running away. I ain't a tourist. I am a permanent resident. So, yeah, I'm not worried. I feel like there's been some good energy bounce back in. Yesterday was obviously really fun to have that debate.
Yeah.
I think more of that kind of stuff needs to happen in our space. because it is so niche and kind of this, small community that's grown a lot, but we're still, a niche community, right? So more debates like that, more excitement will bring in curiosity from the outside.
And I did, speaking of yesterday, I did Democrat the votes. So I did win. I added some more votes that from dead people. And so it does show that I did win. So no, I'm just kidding. Obviously, with the amount of twos that came in, we don't even need to do the roll. I mean, I'm disappointed in you guys, man. Come on. Like, he brought his whole crew in here and you guys are still voting for him. I mean, god damn it, guys. I thought you have my back. I see.
Yeah.
I see how it is. So, I'm gonna not give anything to anybody anymore. No, I'm just kidding. But we did have a members live video last night where we kind of get into something. Do you want to talk about that at all? Or do you want to
but before we do that, first of all, if you guys are watching on the YouTube side, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel and turn your notifications on so you can get notified when we go live. On the Twitter side, please share the space so we can onboard educate as many people as possible. But yesterday was super exciting. One thing I will say is we are doing the ORNJ giveaway. We're shooting for later today. I actually had to collect all those usernames, and so I'm almost done with that. We're going to put a spreadsheet out there for you guys to check as well. So we have the video, though. We can go through all that. So don't try to sneak in there if you weren't in there. But yeah, back to the members video yesterday. That was really exciting. It was long overdue, but we were able to walk through and do a tutorial on how to single stake your Verothium mines on VDEX. So that was really, really fun and interesting.
And if you are a member, you can go check out that video from yesterday. That'll kind of walk you through how to do it and everything. You guys can stake your mines now. We're not allowed to give out the website yet in public, but we did in that members video. So if you're thinking about doing the members video, go ahead. But that's just the bonus you get from being in the members video, right? So, but don't worry, guys. You're not going to miss out on anything if you're not in the the members group or whatever. There's really nothing. All you can do right now is stake. You might miss out on a few dollars from staking a little early, but it's not really that much you're going to miss out on.
Because I think it's the beta version, right?
Yeah,
so it's kind of just open testing right now for our community. So
yeah. Exactly. And probably by Monday, everything should be live, and they'll probably post it on their Twitter and everything, so everyone will have access to it. Right now, there's a lot of bugs. I mean, I've tried to do a few things right now; it's still very buggy, but I'm reporting that back to the team and getting knocked out. But it's very small stuff; it's very easy fixes, and I think they're going to add more stuff as well. So this week should be a really big week for Verothium, and we're excited to finally have it launched and live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's kind of get into it here. This is something that I've been saying for a while, but today the Fed confirmed that Operation Choke Point 2.0 remains in full swing, provided valuable insight into how it works, and verified that Harris crypto reset is a scam. And this is by the Winklevi or the Winklevoss, one of them anyway. And they basically came out and said, they're still coming after bank accounts, they're still coming after crypto banks. And it hasn't stopped. And, for Harris to say this, and she's in the administration that is right now, for her to come out and, say that she's going to be crypto friendly, and then stuff like this still is happening in the background, it's kind of really destroys and inflates that, that hope that she will be crypto friendly.
Yeah. But here's the deal. I think that the Winklevoss twins definitely have PTSD here, right? So it was some information that was released by the Fed to a specific bank, just reminding them of the regulations that they have to be strict with in terms of crypto specifically in that document, but also they do this with different industries that that they deem higher risk, right? So there were some comments in there that was saying, hey, let's chill out a little bit. This is kind of standard procedure, but at the same time, I understand why they're responding this way. I mentioned this to, I believe it was my wife. She was like, what if, the left, they welcome it and stuff. I was like, imagine that you were a spouse that had been physically abused for like 3 years, right? I mean, honestly, let's just say I know that's a horrible, okay, let's maybe make a different, let's maybe make a different analogy here, but let's just say that one of your friends that you got backstabbed, right, over and over and over, and so you kind of distance yourself from them, and you didn't really trust them anymore, and all of a sudden they're like, I was wrong, I want to make things right, let's be close friends again. You're not going to automatically be close friends again with them because that trust has been broken down, and that's what we're seeing, I think, with the Winklevoss twins and some other people that have been in crypto for a while, and they're just like, well, prove it, you got to prove it. So
that's actually a really good analogy, because like you can come out and you can say, hey, I'm sorry, I messed up. But if you're going to keep doing the same shit that you did before, even after the apology, then, we all know that's total bullshit. You just, you're kind of in it for your own gains. And what are their gains? We have a lot of money here in crypto. We have a lot of voting power here in crypto, and they want that, right? So they're going to come out and just try to take, our donations. And then once, October, November comes around again, they're going to really start pushing their crypto agendas. And then by December, it'll all be swept under a rug again, and then they're still doing the same shit, and we're gonna have to keep putting VPNs on to use shit out, because everything's overseas.
Yeah, and right here is another post that just popped in, and it says the Winklevoss, Tyler Winklevoss says, can anyone explain why Kamala Harris didn't attend the crypto roundtable yesterday? I understand that she's on the campaign trail, but the meeting was virtual. All she needed to do was have an internet connection. And so that's another thing, right? So it's kind of like, does a tiger change its stripes after a certain period of time? The only difference is like you said, this case could be a self-interest case. So eventually the left could switch because they see that, oh, wow, we could extract, capital from these crypto companies and stuff for our campaigns, for our Senate seats, for our, district seats and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that keeps me a little bit like, okay, well, they will probably do this because they, just like any politician, left or right, self-interest is prevalent there. So we could see this happen, but this is another thing that kind of breaks that trust down that was trying to get built back up, right?
100%. Yep. And if you are a one issue voter like myself, it's pretty easy to see who you will be voting for in November. But moving forward here, $2.4 billion worth of crypto options expire today. So that is now it's a lot different nowadays because of the ETFs. You can actually do a lot of options trading now, not just on futures, but on actually spot. So this sometimes can be a good thing, and it sometimes can be a bad thing. It depends who has to cover. Right now a lot of people were probably shorting going into August because it's kind of, if you look at the cycles, you just know July and August are just not good for crypto. So if you are, a good at, longing and shorting, like these big guys are who have $2.4 billion to put in options, then you basically probably made some money going into this month because it is down from last month. I think we were at 68 around this time last month. So so that expires at 4 p.m. today. So look for some volatility at around 4 p.m. today, around probably like around 4:30, maybe some buybacks.
Yeah, and options are different than leverage trading, in my opinion, because you typically will set those a little bit further out, right? As opposed to leverage trading, anybody can get in and out of their leverage trade at any time they want. Options, you have that date to really wait, to have it go up or go down. Depends if you picked a call option or a put option. Call option being correlated to longing, put option being correlated to shorting. So it's going to be very interesting. I'd like to pull up some data maybe a little bit later and see what the balance is with that, because if you think about it, people 2 months ago probably putting in, I would imagine, call options maybe, depending on what the price point was and stuff like that. So but yeah, it's going to be volatile. I imagine that's probably what that pull back up has a little bit to do with, probably trying to get close to those call option price points, but we'll see.
100%. Yep. I'm kind of getting the Bitcoin fear and greed. So wow, dude, this thing's been all over the place. So last week we were at a 57.
Last week or yesterday?
We were at
last week.
This was last Friday. We were at 57. Yesterday we were at a 20. I'm gonna give you a hint. We are definitely in the middle of 57 and 20. Where do you think we're at?
42.
We are pretty close, dude. You're getting really good at this.
No, I'm
we're at
not.
48.
It's not easy.
48's pretty good. I
That's
mean,
wild that we pulled up that high.
I know.
Oh
I
my
know.
God.
We did hit 62,000 at 8 o'clock last night, right? Though, so
Yeah.
it was one of those things where I think we were just about out of our live when we were like, "Yo, it's at 62,000." So I mean, yeah, it's around that point. So we'll probably be back in the high 30s, low 40s, because of the price point today. But speaking of Bitcoin price action, let's jump right into that. If you wouldn't mind showing your charts there.
Yes, I will, but let me get my stuff ready here because it makes sure that it wasn't refreshed. And
guys, this is brought to you by BitPerp. BitPerp is the number one, in our opinion, will be the number one perp dex on by what is it? Bionics? No.
Botonics.
Botonics. I can never, dude.
Yeah.
I hate that they're so close in names. We have two L2s, pretty close. Botonics. It'll be the number one perp dex over there, and potentially on many other L2s as well. I mean, they're gonna be something special here, and very bullish on perp dex. And the biggest reason why I'm bullish on them is because they have everything. I mean, they just partnered with Mr. Yen, and he's at like $900,000 market cap. Imagine taking leverage out on something like that. It's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how amazing it's going to be, but I definitely think it's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. So this is the hour chart, and you guys know this is what I use for the short-term price action here. So it does look like there's a possible bull flag forming here. I mean, it looks pretty standard bull flag. You can see that pole has been built out and it actually declines a little bit here, which is a perfect setup for the bull flag to pop up. Now, we have been in oversold on the stochastic RSI since yesterday at 3 a.m. So we were in the buy territory for pretty much all day yesterday, right? We did bounce back here to form that second part of the bull flag, and then the last part hopefully plays out here. You can see the MACD is weakening on the hour chart. Finally, we're seeing some weakening candle here on the MACD, but the blue and red lines still have some distance in between them. We'll see if this continues to weaken. If it does, expect that bull flag to pop up here and start that second pole. So I'm actually expecting that to happen. I'm expecting us to see kind of a rebound after the sell-off late last night, early this morning. Maybe get back to 62,000, 61.5. Obviously, it can be volatile. Like Shizzy mentioned, the options are expiring today at 4 p.m. Eastern. So keep your eye out on that. But this is the perfect pattern formation for a bull flag, guys. All right, so now going to the 8-hour chart here. Let me pull up my indicators. All right. So that descending triangle right here seems to have played out. You can see right here, descending triangle on the 8-hour chart has played out here. It looks like we are looking pretty strong. We did get into overbought territory on stochastic RSI 2 days ago, and we are showing some strength in the MACD here. So if we do see that bull flag that I pointed out on the hour chart to give us a bullish second half of today, and it's not too volatile from the options trading, and we're in a positive price action, we could have this continuation happening. Now, the 8-hour chart is going to give us more of a weekly forecast, while the 1-hour chart is going to give us more of the second half of today. So, but the 1-hour chart still affects the 4-hour chart, and the 4-hour chart affects the 8-hour chart. So, really, trying to keep this going to finish the rest of August strong is what we'd like to see. So that's what I'm putting my money on today for the second half to kind of get back to 61.5, 62,000 is I think like a fair estimate for today. And this is brought to you by BitPerp, which is a perpetual DEX that will be launching on Botonics, and I believe that's going to be in September. Botonics. And they will actually have a trading competition coming up, guys, in the testnet form. So it's not going to be real Bitcoin, but you will be able to win stuff. So we will keep you updated with that. Obviously, they haven't launched yet, so we're eager to try their platform out. And once we do, we will give you a full review on that. But they definitely are looking to partner with, a lot of these popular runes. And if you are an ordinal collector founder that has some momentum, reach out to them as well. You can reach out to us. We'll get you connected to them. They're looking to partner with ordinal collection founders as well. And that is the Bitcoin price action for the day.
All right. Jump into some roll call. Let's see who's here. Let's see who won today. And it looks like Tim. I think Tim might hold the record for the most wins here. Congratulations to you, my friend. You are a winner today, like every day, because you will just hang out on your boat in the middle of the ocean and don't have to go to a job. So you are a winner every day. But shout out to Tim Baker, AODR. Just messing around. But number 2 is Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo. He loves me and I love you. So shout out to Mr. Hanky. Always here, man. Appreciate you. And then our boy Danny Boy. Danny yesterday, he put some 2s in the chat. Kind of.
Dude, you don't understand.
Up,
Danny that made Shizzy afterwards. He was like, I can't believe Danny, my boy. I'm like, look, he was just giving an honest point, judging from that. Now, it's all fun and games. So
it's all fun and games, so someone's feelings get hurt, Danny. All right? No, I'm just kidding. Reziak in that 4th spot. Shout out to Boom Tomb. I love that name. Shout out to you, my friend. Lurking till the live. Shout out to you. 2 a.m. Crypto Cats is here. Lackey Lukey, PJNZ from the ashes like a phoenix. Shout out to you, my friend. Then I'm my guy, Yasher, greetings to the loveliest people on the solar system. Shout out to you, Yasher, man. Always with the stuff that really brightens up the day here. Claudia U is here. Shout out to Claudia U. Ordinal Tweets is here. Bitmap Gallery. Joe Co is in the building. No, Glasshopper is here. John is here. He said, I'm expecting Shizzy to be in bandages after yesterday. Screw you, John. But then he says, it's love, guys. It's all love, buddy. I'm starting to like John a little bit. Just a little bit. Zahid is here. Mike Swirl is here. Chief Axel's in the building as of every day. Appreciate you. Eat Satoshi's here every single day. Steamy J. Shout out to you, Steamy J. Ant-Man had my back yesterday. I was looking to the comments. This guy is the greatest Ordinal Revolution watcher that's ever existed. Shout out to you, Ant-Man. Let's see. You got D-Love is here. Zahid is here. Let's see. Rick G says, long live the BRC 20s. Patty Poo is here. Marco Adonis, he said, it will go down end of August to September are bad months, especially in the stock market. I agree. August and September have been historically bad for crypto as well. Sixes is here. Cryptocurrencies is here. Danny says, so sorry, Shizzy. I love you guys. I love you too, Danny. That's my guy. I'm just joking with you, buddy. James Stack is here. He said, need to do a tap track versus runes for Spirits 20. Yeah, you can't really do that right now because tap track is not available. There's like 6 tokens on tap that's actually tradable right now. So once they go live, though, we can definitely do something like that. And then Yasher said, I smapped the chat yesterday with a 1. Yeah, that's my guy. Yasher, definitely. He's my guy, man, my hero. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who made roll call today. You guys are the real winners and will be real winners once the bull market comes back. But yeah.
100%. And appreciate you guys showing up yesterday for the debate too. We did see a ton of Ordinal Revolution support. And for the new audience, we welcome you to the show, right? Hopefully you guys had some entertainment yesterday. That was really fun.
Yeah, man. All right, we're going to jump into some stuff here. So this is something me and Yagobi's kind of been talking about for a little while here. It's DeFi Llama Bitcoin Vibe. So DeFi Llama, if you don't know, it's like the biggest TVL spot that ever existed. It's amazing. You got to go there, kind of get all the data that you need. If you're a data junkie like myself, this is a great place to kind of go and really kind of see what's going on. You go to DeFiLlama.com, and then you just go to the search menu, and I can actually bring my screen up here.
Actually, just go to Chains on the left.
Chains?
Yeah, on the left menu. There it is. And then you'll see there, you can
Where
pick
is
the Bitcoin side chains up there. At the very top. At the very top.
I just want to see where it is. I just want to see where it is.
It's right there. 12. Number 12. Number 12.
Nice. That's not bad, dude. For being Bitcoin. I mean, I never heard of Hyperliquid. Obviously, we know Ethereum's number 1. Tron is just Justin Sun's money being washed. Solana is, obviously the number 1 chain right now in volume. BSC, Arbitrum, Base, Blast, Avalanche, Polygon, Hyperliquid. Why don't I know what this is? Anyway, Scroll, it's another one, and then Bitcoin. So, but Bitcoin can easily get above here. Sitting at 644. I mean, just a little bit up, and you could probably take potentially get up near Polygon, which is pretty crazy. But if you click on Bitcoin here, it brings you everything that is inside Bitcoin: Lightning Network, BitFi, AI. What is it? AI layer? What is this one? You ever see this one before? AI layer
I have
farm?
not. What is
I'm
that?
not sure what that is.
What are you under right now?
Bitcoin.
Protocol rankings. So
Yeah.
those are
Well, yeah.
protocols that exist.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Let's go to their website. I want to know. I kind of want to know what this is. And guys, this is how I kind of do my research. I just kind of go DeFi Llama and the ultimate AI modular Bitcoin layer 2 solution. All right. This is new to me. Bitmart, Amber, Satoshi LA. Yeah, what is this? This is interesting. I'll take a look at this later, but kind of go back here. Why won't you go back? Go back. Yeah, there you go. All right, so AI layer farm, Thorchain, which does a lot of cross-chain trading. You do that's why Thorchain's on here. BFI or Beefy, is that Beefy? BFI? I don't know. This you said this one is the ICP one, CK.
Yeah, but are you trying to go through the protocols, or are you trying to show the Bitcoin side chains?
So
what I would do is go to chains on the left.
I was just trying to see which the biggest chains that were in here. But protocols, you would just go to what? Layer 2?
Well, I would just go to chains. Go to chains, and then on chains, once you click chains, you'll see at the top of the menu, there's Bitcoin side chains at the very top.
Oh, okay.
Those are all the Bitcoin side chains in existence.
These are the side chains. Okay.
Yeah, and you can see the volume. You can see
the TVL.
the volume. You can see the TVL. So what you were in was all the protocols under Bitcoin. Before.
Well, Lightning Network is technically an L2.
Yeah, it's not a sidechain. These are Bitcoin sidechains.
Oh,
which is really, the L2 by marketing ecosystem. You get what I'm saying?
I got you. But go ahead. You want to take it?
Sure. Let me. It'd probably be easier if I could share mine. Let me share here. Yeah, I mean, we just were looking at this, and we were looking at like the opportunity, right? So what Shizzy was showing earlier was layer 2s and kind of everything, I think, accumulative, which I think there was only Lightning is really the only layer 2 that is from a technical standpoint that exists. And there's big limitations to that, to where you have to open channels and stuff like that. Is that changing? I believe so. The information that we're getting is they're developing some really cool stuff there. We'll see though. Okay, so what we're showing you right now is kind of like what's marketed as Bitcoin layer 2s to the public right now. This is the ecosystem that people are hearing about right now. You obviously have Merlin here at the top. If you look at the 24-hour volume, you can see where we are. We're still so early. There's 17 side chains that exist that are related to Bitcoin. Of them, you can see the 24-hour volume. There's not much volume right now, but the ones that do have more and more that are gaining, those are the ones you need to look out for. And then eventually there'll be new ones that start to build up momentum. The reason why we're showing this, because I mean, look, I know you guys all think, oh, they're Merlin boys, this and that and this, that, but just look at the facts here, right? If you look at total value, you can see 185 million. That's pretty solid. Core is one that I'm keeping my eye on as well. It's the EVM sidechain for Bitcoin as well. And then you have B Squared. You guys know that one. But the one that really kind of throws me off here is Stacks. Like at number 7, 82 million total value, and in $10,000 in 24-hour volume. That's actually really shocking to me. Super shocking. I was actually expecting to see Stacks to be higher than Merlin in terms of 24-hour volume, or at least competitive. But this the last one, and I've been checking the past couple of days. Yesterday it was at 100,000, so that's a big difference. But the day before that it was at 7,000. So I think it's actually more averaging below 50,000 than it is above. But then you see some ones that are creeping up, like Core, B Squared, above 6 figures. But Merlin has almost a 5x lead on these, and it's consistently over 1 million. Now, when you compare this to like the EVM ecosystem, it doesn't compare, right? But it also shows you how early we are. So with that being said, when liquidity flows in, and if everything happens like we say and we think it does, to where Bitcoin is going to take the narrative for Bitcoin DeFi, Bitcoin on-chain economy, and Bitcoin's ecosystem, then these numbers should go up tremendously whenever liquidity comes into the markets here. Once the entire market is going like strong, Bitcoin's at 110,000, 130,000. So we just wanted to kind of keep you guys aware and where to look too. Like if you go to DeFi Llama, all you do is click on chains here, and then it will give you the option to select the chain, and you select Bitcoin side chains here. So that is the information we wanted to get out to you guys. And one thing to also keep in mind in here is take a look at BitLayer. Where are they? Let's see. Right here. So BitLayer has $363 million of total value. Now, they aren't having any volume whatsoever, but I think a lot of their stuff is staked. So they are using kind of like the Babylon, Bitcoin staking. But the one that has the most in terms of usage right now, it's pretty far ahead of everybody else's Merlin here. So just wanted to put that out there and try to educate you guys on, resources to use to look up information and analytics.
Yeah, man. And while we're here, I kind of just want to dig in and see what's inside Merlin, right? Because obviously Merlin is a chain, but then you have all the dApps, and it's looking like Merlin Swap is that #1 spot. Avalon Finance is that #2 spot. That's that lending one. People have a lot of Merlin staked in there. Decent yield. I've never used this one, but it's a yield aggregator. I'm guessing they're going to use all the other ones and kind of give you the best deal. Pell Network, restaking. So you see a lot of these are staking and restaking, right? So this is a little different. Avalon with the lending, because you just put your stuff in and you can borrow, and people can borrow against their assets and stuff like that. Surf Protocol derivatives. This is the $4,000 in fees over the last 24 hours, which is pretty crazy. BitGenie here. And I'm curious where Verothium's going to be on this list. What do you think? If you see BitGenie,
I mean, they just launched. So if you look at TVL, they're going to be, probably number 12 because they just launched around there. Probably probably number 11 there. But okay, so that's going to be there. But also Ordinal Hive hasn't been added to DeFi Llama, which that, once they go get out of beta. So there's a lot more applications coming. But it's also interesting, I know like Merlin is the one that has the most activity right now, but if you just go to the other layer 2s and see what other applications side chains, and see what applications are on their chains as well, just to kind of compare and see what's coming, because Botonics we know has a lot of stuff coming as well.
For sure. So we checked out Merlin. I kind of want to see what is in Stacks, right? Because right now, Stacks and Merlin seem to be the only one with actually doing stuff with the ordinals and stuff like that, right? I don't know how big Stacks is with that yet, but I know you can definitely bridge in it on and off. But it's liquid staking, and then Alex, which is considered DEX, and then you have Zest, which is lending, Bitflow, which is a DEX, Arcadico, CDP. What is that CDP?
I'm not sure.
Remember. Yeah, let's click CDP, see what that is. So CDP would be something like, MakerDAO. Okay, so it's kind of like that. Jumping back here. Velar, which we hear a lot about. This is another DEX. Satoshi DEX. Stack Swap. Yeah, so there's not many protocols either. I mean, Merlin has way more protocols than Stacks does too, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the development will start to rush out once, like I said, Bitcoin's at 120,000 and stuff like that. Well, I'm just talking about in general for this entire ecosystem. But when we looked at this 5 months ago, we didn't see maybe 4 of these on here. Yeah. And now there's 11 or 17. Yeah. Now there's 17. There was like 4 or 5 of these side chains, and now there's 17. So that shows that, at least our theory is starting off correct in terms of Bitcoin being that main narrative for like an extra like ecosystem build out. So we'll see here in the next 6 months how much more robust this ecosystem becomes.
I think we should keep looking over here. I think that just judging this stuff through DeFi Llama is kind of the way to go. We can kind of get a good idea of what is the next big thing, just by kind of looking in here. So pretty cool. I'm very interested in what happens next with these TVL on chain. So
Yep.
all right, jumping over to some other stuff here. This is something that crossed my desk. The Billy Cats. It's a tweet by them. They said we crossed 22 Bitcoin in total volume with the Billy Cats. So they had some big sweeps last night on the Billy Cats. I think somebody in chat mentioned that as well. I think it was Mr. Sheedy. But yeah, so Billy Cats, man,
They're
are
up
they back?
50.4%.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, they did kind of go to sleep for a little bit, but they are rebounding. I think that the community is getting stronger. They're up 50.4%. So they're one of the top gainers, right, for the past 24 hours. They're number 8 in terms of gainers. So we'll see. We'll see how this continues. I think it's a really, awesome collection with just a good variation of different cats and stuff like that. And Billy is a leading rune, right, in terms of marketability and meme culture.
Yeah, man. That's kind of want to jump into some collections here, kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see.
All right, so we got the Bitcoin. So we'll go to the 7-day because that's kind of my favorite. Let's see the No Monkeys. We think that these are being a little bit of wash traded, right? Because I mean, the 431 sales like in 7 days.
There's a lot of sleuths right now, online sleuths that are tracking everything, and it's been shown that it's happening, right? They're purchasing, and then once they purchase, the transaction gets RBF'd and then canceled, right? And so, but it gets marked as a sale, is what the information I'm seeing on my Twitter timeline. Because of that, their volume will always be at the top, right? So
gotcha.
I think other collections probably don't try to do this because they know if they get caught, it looks bad. But I just don't think the Node Monkeys people care.
No,
right?
They want to make sure it's up here.
Yeah, I mean, look, when it was at 0.85, no one had trouble getting them sold at that price, right? So I think that's all that matters is if the price can get up to that point and the demand, even if it's partially artificially created, which I know doesn't sound great. But if you're a Node Monk holder and it gets to half a Bitcoin, it gets to a quarter of a Bitcoin, or sorry, 3/4 of a Bitcoin, you want to feel comfortable that you're going to be able to move your Node Monk in a good amount of time. And we both experienced that we're able to during those timeframes. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Bitcoin puppets in that 2 spots in 0.08. I never thought we'd see these under 0.1 again, but we have, and they're just kind of hanging out here. Do you think no monks and puppets get any lower than they are today?
Well, of course they can, right?
Yeah.
They just came out of being, I think Node Monks were under, what was it? They were under 0.1 not long ago. So it's a really good bounce back for them, actually 0.124, and the fact that it is at 1.124 and it was at 0.98 a couple days ago. Yes, I don't know if that has anything to do with this wash trading or whatever, but like I said, every time I've sold one, it didn't get canceled. But we'll see. I don't think Node Monks probably don't get below 0.1 again unless we have another huge drop off with Bitcoin back into the 40,000s. The puppets, they're so the energy is always like comes back for them and then it drops off and it comes back. But like long-term hold, I just don't know. I'd just rather own an opium and be safe for me personally. But you'll probably be able to make good short-term flips once it's bullish again with them.
The reason I ask is because we saw this very similar thing happen with the frogs. Once the frogs got under 0.1, it was just kind of just down only. You're seeing the frogs right now at 0.03. This was the #1 collection last year for, I want to say, about six months until we've seen some other collections drop like No Monkeys and Puppets and Quantum Cats. But this was the #1 collection. And now it's being, shilled down to number 7 on the 7-day, which is still pretty good at 119 sales. But at the same time, can we see some of the puppets or the No Monkeys kind of copy Bitcoin frogs a little bit?
Yeah, maybe. The frogs also do hold their floors even after they get beat down pretty well for a while. Like, for example, 0.05 was a pretty strong holding point until Bitcoin got to 49K, and then it had to go down at that point some, and it went to 0.03. Long term, I just feel like the frogs are a winner between the puppets. Long term.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm putting too much value into the added layers of value, right? The early inscription number and stuff like that. But as a collector, I always have to default to that, just because I've known collectors' items and how they hold their value over a long period of time, and it's always added layers of value, whether that means it's a rookie card or a special edition of that card numbered to 1 to 5 or something, right? And so I always have that at default. So I'm going to always pick like the layers of value if it's a popular collection against another just popular collection.
I agree. Yeah, man. Quantum Cat's really holding value, really holding value. This does not really drop too far. Even when it does, it comes right back. Obviously, Udi and those guys are behind this. That's huge, right? Having Udi and Eric Wall pretty much as the heads of this project, and they're building Cat VM. They came out the other day and said, we've been inscribing a bunch of stuff while his prices are cheap, so look out for that. So pretty crazy. Do you think Quantum Cat's kind of, I don't know, get over a Bitcoin eventually?
They definitely can, and it's because of the team, like you said. They are very, very good in being able to build confidence in their community to not want to list their Quantum Cat. As you can see, I think their percentage against the total supply has jumped up some. They're at almost 7%, but when you compare that to another popular collection, now these are also 10,000 supply collections versus Quantum Cats, which is the 3,333. Like you've got puppets that are 11.5% are listed. Node monks are 15.3% listed. That's insanely high.
Yeah.
And so, Pizza Ninjas actually are very similar. Like Trevor and his team and Udi and his team on being able to convince our community, hey, don't list it because it's not worth it. So those Pizza Ninjas and Quantum Cats. Yeah. So Quantum Cats, I think they have the ability with their marketing power, the people behind it, how they are able to really work with their community, I guess you could say. They have the opportunity to go over 1 Bitcoin and do well. Long-term hold, I don't know. Probably not so much in my opinion. Same thing with Pizza Ninjas. But we'll see, right?
Yeah, man. Runestones seem to be holding up pretty well here, sitting at 0.0074. I don't know why I clicked that. But yeah, so Runestone's still holding up. We know there's 2 more airdrops coming with that. Ordinal Maxi Biz under 0.2, sitting here at 0.175. These ones been holding up really well as well. And then we have no ordinary kind. This is something that I've been getting really bullish on here because of the fact that the wrappers, right? So these are the ones that are like unopened. So if you go to gold, which is the top tier, you can kind of see that these are not opened. Okay, yeah, you have some that are open, but then how do you get rid of this chart?
Get rid of what? Is there a minimize there? Yeah, so click the chart at the top. Can you click that where it says chart? No, where it says chart, like the word.
Get rid of that. Where do you see the word chart?
Right to the right there. Yeah, click that.
Oh, okay, cool. So then we have an open one going for 0.0055, and then these are the unopened ones. And to me, these are deflationary because anyone can go to their site and open their pack. You get 2 cards out of it, and then you get your picture. So those cards are the no ordinary cards. So each pack, if you open it fully, you get 1 card. But if you open it halfway and then open it fully, you get 2 cards. So I don't know.
This is pretty cool. I got to give the control team props for this. This comes from my world, the collectibles world, right? An example of this would be like first edition Pokemon packs, right? Yeah. Some people just don't want to open those because they feel like if they open it, they won't hit anything and the value goes pretty much to 0, right? But if you don't open it, it will always remain a certain value of an unopened first edition Pokemon pack.
Yep.
And so And I love that you can just slit the corner of these to kind of peek in, right? So we need more of this, guys, like from founders. This is a public service announcement, PSA, to all the Ordinal collection founders that are thinking about doing future collections. Be creative like this. If you want collectability, if you want a collector's community to join Ordinals, do more stuff like this, because I tell you what, that's awesome. You might be able to sell a gold unopened Ordinal for a ton down the road. It's not going to be as much as if you hit a rare one, but it's enough to where you can play it safe and not open it and still make money.
And this is really good for, let's just say there's like, I don't know, for like a very, very rare one, right, that nobody's got yet. They come out and say, guys, this is still in an unopened pack somewhere. Go find it, right? And then, people start opening up, they become deflationary and still hasn't been found. And then, let's just say there's 100 packs left that haven't been opened, and one of them has that rare one in it. How much those packs could be worth in the future? It could be something insane. And all you got to do is like just hold.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what you else could do with this? You know what you could do? You could actually do something to where in the future, probably gonna have to use smart contracts or something. But like, if someone were to hit like, a rare one out of like a 50,000 collection or something, and like they get a certain amount of Bitcoin or something, right? But the raise for launching it has to supersede what that is, so you can give that as as that value. But I mean, there's so many different things that I think Ordinals has opened the door for possibilities to make collectability of digital assets way more fun than they used to be.
Yeah. So. And it's not just the gold packs. You can get the hollow packs are the same thing. Hollow packs are obviously a lot cheaper, 0.003. And then the green packs as well. Same things. You can open them a little bit, kind of see what's inside, and then you can still list them, which is pretty cool. So they do alter, if you in the altar and stuff like that. So it's really cool. I need to look through this and see which ones are rare and like which ones are not and stuff. But it's definitely one of my favorite collections right now because of the packs.
Yeah. Yep. I love it, man. I got to give them props. I got to give Control props. I mean, I wasn't too crazy about their initial launch last year. I mean, the art was dope, but like just the price point was too high for me. And but now this has been impressive. I want to see more of it from different collections.
Yeah, man. Bitmap News says, GM fellas, thanks again for supporting the show. Yeah, man, you guys are putting on, if you guys don't know, Bitmap News puts on a space, I think daily almost. It's pretty good. I've been hopping in there, checking them out. So definitely go check them out. Give them a follow on Twitter. These guys are awesome. And speaking of them, let's kind of look in the Bitmap here. Bitmap is down 15% on the 7 days, but 2,667 Bitmaps have been bought. 2.1 Bitcoin in volume. Pretty nuts. What do you think about Bitmaps right now? Are you a buyer here?
Yes, I am. I feel like these are cheap, man. These are going to be probably, in my opinion, around the cheapest that you'll be able to get them. We had a call this morning with a team from the TAP community that is building on Bitmaps, and they're bullish as heck. And there's different things that are going to be coming for Bitmap. And I think Blockrunners just made content about Bitmap too. So your call to action seemed to have gotten people, woken up a bit and say, hey, let's just put content out. Let's make Bitmap great again. That just kind of rolled off the tongue just now. But there's things in different layers. There's obviously layer 1 is where it needs to be solidified. But remember, Bitmap is the very first DMT without even knowing it was a DMT at the time. So it's going to be here. I believe it's going to be here to stay. There's a large community with it. And so, in my opinion, it is a buy.
Yep. Yeah, man. I'll jump over to some runes here. It's been a while since we really took a dive in rune. I like to go trades. I think that's like kind of like where I like to start on there. And I'll go to 7 day. All right, so we got Dog Go to the Moon still in that number 1 spot, and then followed by Bitcoin $1 billion cat sitting at about $16 million. Dog's at 300 million. Uncommon Goods is at 3.8 million. This has kind of been down only, but I think it has some ways to go. Everyone thinks that Uncommon Goods will kind of be how the mempool is. So if the mempool goes up, Uncommon Goods will go up. Are out of the top 3 here, which one is your favorite?
I love Billy Cat just because it's
Yeah.
got the Bitcoin B memeable cat eyes, right? And I think that's where the biggest opportunity is for the short term. Long term, the biggest opportunity is uncommon goods, in my opinion. Like if we're looking, to next halving, obviously it's going to start ramping up hardcore as we get closer to the next halving, right? But right now for this cycle, I think it's just going to be one of those things that people slowly kind of put together in their piggy bank. You know what I mean? Or put it's like a savings account almost. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but just talking with some smart people in the space, that seems to be the consensus perspective on uncommon goods. So short term, Billy, $1 billion cat, Billy, and then long term, uncommon goods. Dog to the Moon, I want it to do extremely well because it has to, in my opinion. It's got to do well for the rest of the rune space to do well. No, it doesn't absolutely have to, but it would really give a lot of positive energy.
Yeah, man, I agree. Some comments in here really quickly. Kai FX, sorry guys, been having a spotty connection. No problem, dude. You make it when you can make it, man. I hope your connection gets better. Bit News says every weekday 11 a.m. PST, which is a perfect time for me because I don't really do anything around that time. And then Claudio says, I agree. Uncommon goods will be for runes, some kind of what Sats was for VRC20. Do you see that? Do you see potentially uncommon goods being, the Sats of what we have?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think Casey made some mistakes when he created the runes protocol, probably intentional, but when it comes to the character counts. But one thing that I think he did right and really cool was uncommon goods, because he wanted to make degens wait. He wanted to torture degens with it, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, it's like the patient ones with it will win, right? And it's almost kind of like torture at first, reward in the end. Right. And so that's one of the things I think he did well with the runes protocol.
I agree. Yeah, man. All right. Well, blocks of Bitcoin. Have you looked into this one? They have been killing it in sales.
Yeah, they have. I've noticed them up there.
Heard of this one. Yeah. I'll have to look into that. Dig into that a little bit. Epic. These guys are pretty epic, but they're always up here now. Liquidium token. This is Liquidium. Borrowing and lending at about 22 cents, around $22 million market cap. I thought Liquidium would be closer to 90 million, honestly. But
not me.
I picked
the
some
market.
Up. You don't think so?
Yeah, no, the market doesn't dictate. But I was thinking yesterday what I would see Liquidium at, like for a successful market cap when Bitcoin's at 120, 130,000. The runes ecosystem is doing very well. BRC20s with fractals doing well, and I think 150 to 200 million would be a good success there. So I don't think anybody really cares that it's at 22 million right now, right? Because if Robin continues to build out and continues to grow his network and stuff like that, I think we could be viewing Robin as somebody kind of similar to like Eric Voorhees down the road. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying necessarily as big. Obviously, Eric Voorhees is huge because he was a Bitcoiner at first and then developed his own like ecosystem with his own project and stuff. But like Liquidium could get really big, right? Yeah. And we'll see, how that develops out.
Yeah, man. Pups World Peace. This one always bounced back very quickly. Up 15% on the week. Let's see. Decentralized. This has been down only. I'm definitely disappointed in this one. Around 7.5 million. Does this one come back? Do you think? Do you think the guys over there can actually pull this one out of the depths of hell that it's in right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to be careful when we say we're disappointed, unless it's like a complete failure already. You know what I mean? Like, and they're not doing anything at all with things. Yeah. Like, I think you can't be disappointed in memes, regardless of how it performs. But utility type tokens or projects with, teams behind them, I think you can be disappointed in them when the ecosystem is booming and they're not. Right. So they did have a little bit of that because Runes, although it hasn't even really closely lived up to its expectation, there was moments in the beginning and before Bitcoin tanked back down to where, Dog was at 800 million, almost 900 million. Actually, I think it was at 900 million. And then you had all these other tokens doing well, and decentralized was just kind of trucking along or going down a little bit, right? So that is understandable a little bit, but I think to completely just be like, you know, they didn't succeed. I think that story hasn't been told yet, right? So I think
Well,
what we go ahead.
no, my counter argument to that would have to be that they put out that 100 PFP collection, and that was a total bust. I was thinking they were going to do something really amazing with the PFP collection. I thought it was going to be, you know, between like 5 and 10,000, something above there. I thought that it was going to be really thought outful and not just AI generated pictures, which they feel like they did. I think they really disappointed the community with that collection, and I don't think you can put out another collection now.
So I think you have a point there for sure. You know, that collection was not necessarily impressive, right? By any means. I guess my point is that it's so early with the runes that some of these can bounce back. But I think it would be fair if someone said that they are just, you know, disappointed with decentralized and not, you know, doesn't feel like they have a shot of bouncing back. You know, that is one of few that I think you can probably put in that category.
Yasher says they disappointed the community really bad. Yeah, it's coming from a community member like him. So that was just kind of my point. Was like I'd rather them not put out anything than put out that whatever that was. I don't even want to call that a collection. You know?
Yeah, definitely have a point there for sure.
Satoshi Nakamoto, this is one of me and you were very bullish on, I think. I just think it was one of the day one minting stuff that we did. It's number 6. Obviously, just 20% of the supply still sits in one wallet, and that'll always be the dread, right? There'll always be the kind of like the Bitcoin sitting in Satoshi's wallet, always be there in the back of your head. It can move. It hasn't, but it can. But yeah, so what do you think about Satoshi Nakamoto here?
It's tricky, right? There is the anxiety, something similar to Satoshi, almost like it was possibly planned out this way to mimic what people feel about how, you know, Satoshi Nakamoto. I think he has how many million in his wallet? Bitcoin?
20%. So what's that? It's like
no, not this one. I'm talking about actual Satoshi's wallet of Bitcoin.
He has over a million. A million Bitcoin.
Okay, so that gives people anxiety. So it's almost kind of like they mimic this on purpose, right? But one thing I will say about this rune is that for the most part, no, I'll say it has. Every time the rune ecosystem resurges, it has resurged with it, right? It's done well. It's bounced back. It's hit over $1. It's gone, try to lean close to 2, you know? So I do think that it's going to bounce back strong once the entire rune ecosystem bounce back. So I'm still bullish on it. Obviously 50 cents, you know, is kind of one of its lower points that I've seen it at. But we shall see. Once that Satoshi Nakamoto supply, if it moves out of that wallet, I think it's probably a wrap. But I don't know if it ever will. Hopefully it doesn't.
And we do know that you know, VDEX is allowing you to you know, put it up against Bitcoin and stuff like that. So there's DEXs and stuff out there that is, you know, bullish on it. I mean, you wouldn't list it on your exchange or have people listed on your exchange if you weren't bullish on it, right?
Yeah, I mean, VDEX I think has Satoshi on there. Let me see.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's on different layers right now. So that's definitely a positive, right? So that's something that you got to keep in mind. So I think we have a comment here from Claudio, says Satoshi for runes can be the Ordi for BRC20. Yeah, I mean, it was number what was it, number 6, I think?
6, yeah.
And number 6. So it was 17,000 people minted it. So we'll see. I think there's something about it that makes me feel like it's going to be around for a while.
Yep. So guys from RSIC put out a tweet this today. It was like, the runes ecosystem has taken a beating, but we believe it will prove to be successful. And then they go and they say something like, you know, our ceiling is number 2 behind Bitcoin, and our floor, or he said, you know, I guess our 0 would be 0, right? And he said, we think we're going to be in the middle of there, which is like, hey, we're either going to be at $1 trillion or 0, but you guys can play in the middle if you want. So I don't know. The tweet seemed very BitGod-y. When I read it, I was like, BitGod wrote this, coming from somebody who's been reading his tweets for over a year now. Still upset with OXBT, but but no, I'm just kidding. But it definitely seems very OXBT. It's very they're very hidden still and stuff like that. So I was getting bullish on RunesCoin, but every day that they they don't tweet or they do tweet, I just get less and less bullish on it. Do you feel the same?
I don't even pay attention to it, to be honest. And that's the not trying to FUD it or anything. I just feel like it's, the only news I see on it is like bad news. That's it. It's like people are upset about it and stuff. And so, but again, I am going to give the benefit of the doubt for most meta protocols. I say most because there's a couple out there that I just have been like, okay, they probably won't, bounce back. But to where when we're in that time frame, whether that lasts for 3 months, 6 months, or a full year in terms of just consistent bullishness and price action for Bitcoin, and they don't have success, then that's, I just feel like that's the ultimate test, and you'll be able to tell pretty early, I feel like.
I agree. And then we have another news on another token here, RSM, another one. Mikhail BTC came out and said BRC20 fork BRC to BRC 100, reactivate BRC 20. So he's saying that he's going to, if you have one ordi, he's going to fork BRC 20s to where you'll have one ordi on BRC 100 and you can play in their ecosystem. So if you have BRC 20s, potentially you will have a mirrored copy without you doing anything. Complete airdrop as a BRC 100. So this is Mikhail. He's the guy from RSM. He's the guy from BRC 100, and he's he's building. He said a rune state machine will still be what they're building for runes, but they want to build something for BRC 100. And he said that BRC 100 and RSM are two different teams. Said that, he told me not to be confused that it's two different teams, but RSM is they're trying to do some cool stuff using BRC 100 for runes as well. So I don't really know. What's your opinion on RSM here and maybe some BRC 100 as well?
Well, I like that. It's up 40, almost 42% on the day, so that's a positive. I'm not crazy that it's hard to get a meta protocol backing. Unless it's truly disruptive to the point to where the UI is that much more great. And there just hasn't shown that on Bitcoin layer 1. Right. So for me, I just feel like, man, it's a lot of time putting into a meta protocol that doesn't have a ton of backing. You know what I mean? Now I hope with the RSM, they're still working on runes. Because that's really why people got into RSM, was because, rune state machine, right? Like they're supposed to be able to figure out and make runes more flexible on Bitcoin's native layer, or figure out how they can scale using ZK rollup technology or whatever. It's just the BRC 100 part to me kind of gives me some anxiety about what they're trying to do. Cause obviously that's if that affects the RSM side, and if he says there's two separate teams, then I'll take his word for it. But I just need to see something for the rune state machine. That's my final thoughts. I need to see something
really from all these utility plays, right?
Yeah,
you gotta see something soon. But
some of them do have stuff like Agora, right?
I was going to get into that. So Agora would be the last one we're going to talk about before we get into Fluid Friday. But what's your opinion on Agora? They're one of the only ones that are live right now. We saw Bet BTC talk about they're going to do an airdrop. We see Byzantine General, right? Where are they at?
Byzantine. Yep, right there. No, slow down, go up.
Okay,
there it is.
Byzantine General sitting at 1.14. They're actually bigger market cap. They are.
Yeah, they are.
Cap than Agora. Wow. But Agora is the only one that's live right now. The only one really kicking. What's your opinion on Agora?
Agora, I think that the founders are a couple of young guys that are developers, and they have a lot of motivation right now. I think they're self-funded, right? So they're probably trying to raise money, but you can use their predictions market right now. And I think that's what gives them the edge. But Byzantine might have a little bit more, backing, because it is the Ordinals wallets guys, supposedly.
Yeah.
And, Agora actually passed $1 million market cap not long ago. I want to say maybe like 4 days ago. But they, I don't know if that's because they're, like I said, they're self-funded. Maybe they have like a different allocation, because the pre-mined Agora which is I think 11,111, hasn't been moved at all. So
No.
if that's the team, they haven't moved any of that from what I saw yesterday. But again, they're a working predictions market. I think that they have to make the next move for them is very important. Where do they scale to? Right? Are they going to scale? From what we're hearing, they're possibly scaling to TAP, which has ICP technology, which finalizes on Bitcoin. So they probably like that a lot. They can scale to Bitcoin sidechains, whichever one they decide. If they do decide to do that, I think that's the shortest, probably quickest way for them to really scale, because they can integrate smart contracts right now. Whether they pick Merlin or Botonics or BitLayer, whoever offers that, that's up to them. So those are the two options. Or eventually, they wait for OpCat and stuff like that. Because I think with prediction markets, you don't need the instantaneous, all you need is to have your transaction in there. Obviously, transaction has to go through the block, so 10 minutes. So there could be issues there, I guess. Unless they count the platform counts it as soon as you take your side, right? But there's going to be a lot of stuff that I kind of look at them like Merlin, though. They have the head start.
Yeah.
Right. With the head start, they can do a lot of things. They just need some support.
I agree 100%. All right, guys, it's Friday. It's after 12 o'clock, so you know what that means. It is Fluid Friday. Let's bring them up here. Let's get rid of this banner here. And Fluid, what is Fluid? Fluid is, to my opinion, it's a leading borrowing and lending on Bitcoin swap, and they're going to add staking soon. They're doing some really special stuff. I know they're potentially in talks with Fractal, which would be really cool, and then maybe some other chains as well. You can maybe see Fluid not just as a rune, not just a Cardano token, but on many other chains as well. So Fluid is in my opinion, they're going to be something that you're going to want to keep an eye on. They are dropping a pass, and in order to get this pass, you just have to make one swap. They're giving away 1,000 passes. They have a little bit under 500 users right now. So one swap right now gets you one of these passes. You know what I mean? You can potentially do it from, one or two wallets if you want to. It doesn't matter. But check this out over here. This is the Fluid token. Let me bring this to the screen. This is the Fluid swap. It's really simple. You just want to come over here, come over to Bitcoin, put in the amount of Bitcoin you're willing to trade for some dog. I'm going to trade 0.0005. And then it's going to pop up here the amount of dog that I will get. I'm going to hit the swap here, and it's going to bring up my wallet, which I am never signed into, because I'm going to have to go sign into that really quickly. and you want to be using your Xverse wallet to do this.
And if there was some of you guys that tried to swap last week and you're having issues, the platform was having some issues. So give it another try. And one other thing I want to put out there. So if you're just trying to create a limit order that is outrageous, like you're trying to list like your dog for 1,000 sats per dog, those aren't going to count. They're not going to count those. No. So, I mean, it doesn't mean you have to sell your stuff, but stay within some sort of range, guys. Don't put 1,000,000 sats per one dog. That's obvious. And they're filtering out those outliers because it doesn't make sense. They want to have some realistic activity on the platform. So I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, 100%. And you see, I just did the one swap successful, and you might have to wait an hour or two, maybe a little longer than that, which is very common for Bitcoin. You have to wait for the person to come back and hit the swap. With OpCat changes everything for Fluid. You won't have to wait. The trades will be like right away. Obviously, with one Bitcoin block. But so I think they're going to be really special later in time. So this is the pass we're going to want to have. They're going to have a staking mechanism here. You're going to come up here and you're going to hit stake, and you're going to be able to lock that pass up, and you're going to be earning the FLDT token, which will eventually be a rune. You're going to be able to take your FLD token that is a Cardano token, and you will be able to take it over to Magic Eden or wherever you trade your runes right now, and you'll be able to trade them over there. That's one that I'm very bullish on, and it's basically free. I mean, you saw one swap like that, and you get a pass. So why wouldn't you want to do it? I'm very bullish on it. But anything else?
Let's see. Just the leaderboard. Could you show them that?
Okay, not yet. So pop in the leaderboard here. So if you look at the leaderboard, you see number 1, and then you just hit your rankings, because you can only see the top 25, and your rankings is the only one that really matters. You can see that I am number 76 here, and this is a big deal too. This is the multipliers. So with one trade, if me and you both made one trade, I had a Bitcoin puppet in my wallet, you had nothing, I'm going to get more points than you because I have one of these multipliers. I will get 2% more. And let's just say I had a Bitcoin puppet, a node monkey, and a runestone, and you just had a quantum cat. I, again, would get more points than you do because of the percentage multipliers. And you can potentially have every single one of these in your wallet, do one trade, and get more than pretty much everybody.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, and so guys, just pay attention to the wallet that you're using. And if you're one of our Ordinal Revolution OG pass holders, you get that extra 2% as well. So, here's the thing: you got 6 days left because this snapshot is being taken on August 15th, right? So you got 6 days left. Go and do this so you guys can qualify for the pass because that's gonna get you more benefits down the road. Right. So
100%. Yeah, man. So do that stuff. Yeah, man. And then what was the other thing? Was there something else?
I think that's it for now. It's just, making sure that you guys aren't doing like the outrageous limit orders because those aren't going to count. Make sure you're checking your wallets to see what collections you have in there for your multipliers. And then you have 6 days. You have 6 days from now to be able to do this. That's it.
Yeah, man. And just do a trade, like you said. We'll probably have him on the show next week, and we can probably talk about probably more. I know he's trying to get the ordinals. They're gonna be parent-child, which is pretty awesome. He's trying to get that all worked out now. So potentially we could have the airdrop next Friday. That'd be awesome if he was on the show and the airdrop happened. So shout out to Fluid, shout out to Raul and the entire team. Because it was funny, he said, he's like, obviously we only deal with Raul. So he was like, yeah, just so you guys know that the rest of the team is like, they're awesome too. So that was one thing cool. He's like, there's some really amazing builders on that team and really got me excited for this token. I'm actually really excited to have it as a rune, have it here on Bitcoin. So
yeah, and we haven't really gotten into their borrowing and lending side, which we will eventually get further in. They're just really focused on the rune aspect. They want to make the user experience better. And so, remember this, they're not brand new builders and devs that just, are talented and came out of nowhere. They've been building on Cardano. They're a leading DApp over there. And so this is their extension. Now their focus is on Bitcoin as well. So yeah, check them out. And I guess we could get into some comments and questions here.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got about 15 minutes left.
What do you guys want to talk about today? Put it in the chat here. Put it in the chat.
Yashir says, one question: how do you find the side chains on DeFi Llama? So let me share my screen for you, Yashir. So first you go to DeFiLlama.com, right? That's the easy part. You go there. And then what you do is you're going to go to chains on the left-hand menu here. Click that as it's loading up. And then here's all the technology of blockchain technology types you can pick. So Bitcoin sidechains is number 5. You click that, and then you see all the Bitcoin sidechains here, right? So which they're all in green, which is good. That's good because Bitcoin bounced back. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question there. Let's see. I like this from Sixes. He says Agora needs to reach out to Dave Portnoy. You know the rules. One bite.
One bite.
And then he says, when was that Waco
Manco
PFP? I don't think that's gonna happen. Don't think.
Could you imagine pictures of dogs with human vaginas? That'd be terrible.
Well, yeah, we just lost our ad.
Or like some with dogs with human junk. That'd be terrible. I don't want to see that. No, please, no Manco PFPs. I think because someone did say that Verothium went into their Discord and they said that it's live.
now?
So should we just show it? That's what they said in Discord.
Yeah. Interesting.
I kind of want to show it.
Well, before we do, I want to hit Danny here. Danny's comment. He says Octoglyphs guys get in. And he says people say they will be the next node monks. Interesting. Well, I'm taking a look.
No monks are like sub 100K or.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the big layer of value with the node monks is being sub 100K. But yeah, I want to show these. So they're basically octopus characters that are node monk style. So Yeah, that's interesting. They're cool looking, but I just don't know if they're gonna reach that Node Monk's price point. I don't think so, just because of the layer of value. It's not there for that. But hey, these are cool, so I'll definitely check them out.
I agree. All right, so I'm going to show my screen here. Sam might get mad at me, but this is the site here, guys. If you made it this far in the show, you deserve it. Dex.rothiumdex.io. And you want to come here, click BRC 420, and you will see here, let's see how many staked. Let's take a few seconds, but then it does pop up. There you go, 499. You guys have been staking these, so jump over to dex.rothiumdex.io and stake your guys here. You can see that I've already earned 70,000, which is like $5, but I just put this in last night, so that's not bad. $5 a day keeps the brokenness away, right? I can buy a sandwich every day thanks to Rothium Dex. Yeah, man. Yep. I might actually get some more of these and stake them. I'm gonna see if I can get 100. Yeah, man. And they also have you guys can add liquidity to runes, Merlin, and USD and stuff like that. So go check that out, guys. We're probably not allowed to show you guys, but
we weren't supposed to do that at all. But it is what it is. The part that we're excited about is that you mine holders, especially a part of our community, were able to single stake those, and we were able to get that done for you guys yesterday. And so happy about that. We're excited about the future of VDEX, because they are starting to try to brand themselves as the degen Dex of Merlin. So I think there's gonna be some fun type of projects there.
And just so you guys know, in the future, you might need a VPN to use Rothium. You don't need it right now, but if you are in the US, because we suck and our laws are terrible, that you might need a VPN in the future, but it's not like that now. So we will see what that looks like in the future.
Yep. All right. LSR says, any thoughts on OpCat implementation announced by Fractal Bitcoin? Does it invalidate the TAP use case? No, I don't think it does.
You gotta remember, Fractal is just a fork of Bitcoin that they add. They took down the block size. I mean, they brought the block size up. They brought the block time down per block, and they put so it's basically just Bitcoin. They're going to add OpCat just the way that Signet did. You got to think of it as Signet pretty much. It's kind of the same thing, but they're going to have a chain. They're going to have people mining. When you are mining, you're going to be earning the Fractal FB token. That's going to be the reward token. So them adding OpCat has nothing to do with TAP. It's just going to allow them to do things that they can already do with smart contracts, really. So I don't know. I just think the OpCat thing with them is kind of more of a look what we did
to imitate. Well, I think it's to imitate Bitcoin too, because they do expect OpCat to come to Bitcoin Core, which, I mean, look, Fractal is kind of building themselves out to what everybody wishes that Bitcoin would be in terms of security. Because at the end of the day, when you increase block size, you are giving the trilemma is a real thing, guys. Like you can't, you have to give something up to gain something in another area. And what Fractal decided to do is to probably give up some security and gain more, block size and speed for that. Because I think they're 30-second transactions. So it's not going to be a complete like blueprinted index, right? It's its own ecosystem separate from it, but it acts like Bitcoin acts, but way faster. And OpCat is needed, or like, unless they hard code these, like you said, these smart contract ability into the overall protocol, which it seems like maybe they're doing. I don't know. I got to look into that tech. But I mean, if you look at Doge blocks are what, I don't know how fast Doge blocks run, but way faster than Bitcoin, and they can't have swaps there because they don't have on chain computation for AMMs and stuff. Right, even though the blocks are fast and their block sizes are a lot bigger, it doesn't matter. You still need the on-chain computation ability, and that's what the opcodes bring.
Yeah, man. And I think that's our show today, guys. It's Friday, and Friday's been seems to be one of our smallest shows. Have you noticed that?
Well, it depends. We've had some big shows this week. We had 1,000 people on Tuesday. We had I think 600 plus on Monday.
700. Oh,
yeah, 700. Yeah, and then Thursday we had 700 yesterday, right? So
yeah,
231 of y'all showed up today, which we appreciate each and every one of you guys, and continue to show up, right? Because the ones that show up, whether it's a good market, bad market, those are the ones that are going to make it, in my opinion, because they're informed the most.
Yep. All right, guys. Let's bring up the. Where is it? Our partners. Guys, check out that.
Yeah, guys, also please, when you get a chance, go check out our partners. BitPerp, we talked about them. They are a new perpetual DEX that will be launching on Botonics, which is a Bitcoin sidechain. So Botonics is on that list, but they're going to be one of the first native Bitcoin builders that have a application on there, right? So the launch is still a little bit uncertain. They are having a trading competition here in the next couple weeks. We will inform you on that. But if you go to bitperp.io, you can get more information and follow them on Twitter as well. Also follow and check out Ordinal Hive, the blur of Bitcoin. They are building on Merlin chain. Go to their Discord, ask to be let into the beta version so you can start earning points like you do on Blur. Get ahead of the game with this. They're going to be more incentives with bridging. We just had a meeting with them and the Merlin team with that. So just make sure that you're on top of it with them. Fluid tokens, we just talked about them on Fluid Friday. Earn those points right now so you can get those passes, guys. You have a potential to get an airdrop of the Fluid token. It's going to be a rune. No name yet, but it's going to be coming out soon. And then VDEX, we just talked about them. They are a Bitcoin layer 1 asset focus, but also the degen swap of Merlin chain. That's our partners.
Yeah, man. And check out ordinalrevolution.com, guys. We have some of the best articles here. If you know someone new just getting an ordinal, send them our site here, and you guys can really get caught up. We have articles going back to all the way from last year. And if you guys are interested in our store, we have some of the best merch ever in Ordinal. So go check us out. And if you guys see anything you want us to add to our merch store, we can definitely add that for you. And if you guys are going to send your kids back to school, send them back with an Ordinal Revolution school bag because we are the best. Just kidding. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We are live Monday to Friday. Next week's going to be a little bit different because I will be on vacation, but I'm still going to be here Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Yagobi will have someone with him on Wednesday and Thursday. So next week's going to be a little bit off, but if you guys would just deal with us a little bit, and I promise it'll still be worth tuning in for. It should still be a great show all week. And obviously, we're reaching the end point of the summer. So definitely take some time out with your families and do some stuff as well. But I think that's it.
Yeah. Peace.
We OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.